Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. What if Goku was an elite Saiyan? On planet Vegeta, Bardock would see his son for the first time. The doctors were shocked. He was born with a high power level, that of over 600, which was the same as Prince Vegeta's power level when he was an infant 12. Once the scientists found out about it, King Vegeta would make his way, striving to destroy the child, not wanting a mid-class trash to rival his own son. Bardock would interject, as Bardock was still a little wounded from fighting before, but he was recovered enough. Two Saiyans would then bicker back and forth, but it would then turn into a fight. Once the fighting would begin, Gine would then take Kakarot away into a space pod, as Bardock lands a strong punch, making the king bleed. Shock him, as a Saiyan has this much power. Now Bardock hates the Vegeta royal line, he hates the higher-ups. He hates the fact that they all live a lavish life and they don't understand what a real fight is like anymore. Unlike Bardock, who pushes his limits all the time, fighting to survive. He would use his Ki Blast, blowing King Vegeta back. As the king begins to overpower the Saiyan, putting his foot on his head, stomping him to the ground, he would then charge up a Ki Blast at his head, stating that a mid-class could not match the king. Bardock would then begin having flashes of Kakarot fighting Frieza, and a strange golden glow. Not let him fail. He would then change the future, as he would then yell and kick out from under him, and he would use his Saiyan spirit and charge a Ki Fist, punch through the chest. The other Saiyans arrive, seeing what's happened. None of them step up to fight. Bardock would then tell them that they must hold off Frieza. He asked if they wished to join. These group of Saiyans would then nod, as at the top of the planet Vegeta, they would then meet Frieza and his men. The Saiyans have already thrown a fake moon, become a great ape. It was the one last stand. Frieza was not having his day ruined by a bunch of monkeys. He would then charge up a massive supernova attack, plunging it at the Saiyans. A massive group of Saiyans would then fire a mouth beam, holding the supernova back. The Saiyans would then use all their powers, as they would launch right back towards Frieza, hitting him head on, destroying the ship and all the people around. The Saiyans would revert back, they were exhausted. Frieza would then stand there, second form, smirking, then state that was very impressive. He never thought that monkeys could be that powerful teaming up. Frieza would then fly in and headbutt Bardock first, stabbing into his side. Bardock would then fall all the way back down to the planet Vegeta. Gine would then help Bardock up. Frieza makes this really personal. Instead of destroying the whole planet in a fireworks show, he'll do that right afterward. Because of the fact that they destroyed his ship, and they also technically did hurt him a little bit before he could transform, he's going to make them suffer before he takes the ship and he blows it up. He would then begin personally killing all the Saiyans himself, slaughtering thousands of Saiyans, making sure that none are escaping. But then, it would cut to planet Vegeta exploding shortly after. Massive explosion. Frieza was floating in space before his men would then pick him up. As Frieza was now back in his first form, with new armor, having a big smile on his face, it was tons of fun to do it himself. It's been a very long time since he's even transformed, so it felt really nice having to cut loose every now and again. Cutting forward, Goku would still arrive on planet Earth, and he would then still meet Grandpa Gohan. Goku would still hit his head like the original, making the boy kind and gentle. Grandpa Gohan would raise him for years, teaching him martial arts and survival skills. Once when Goku turns into a great ape, he would sadly kill his grandfather. But once when Goku looks down, seeing him gone, it would make Goku begin to control the great ape form. For that night, the planet Earth is not destroyed. Bringing the guilt to Goku during the years, every single month, he'd begin to start learning how to control it. Having the power to tap into it each month during the full moon, Goku would begin to learn how to control his power for himself. Now Bulma would appear just like before, and Goku would still go off with Bulma to find the other Dragon Balls. Roshi, who would then meet later on, after helping the turtle find water, would be utterly shocked. He would sense the boy's power. He was shocked as he's never sensed someone so powerful before. The only difference to this story is that Goku is much stronger, being able to defeat any threat. Yamcha or any bandits would be dealt with. And if Goku was captured by the Pilaf gang in the original, he would have turned to Great Ape and he would know how to control it. Be freed anyways. or he could have just freed himself being way strong enough. Once learning under Roshi and his new rivals like Krillin, would be far stronger than Roshi ever was. So Roshi and Goku not so much strength training, but more martial arts and more control of the mind. How to train smart. Goku having amazing potential will quickly tap on. People forget Goku in the original is a prodigy to adapt and learn how to gain power. People like Vegeta, who has a much higher potential than Goku does, aka Plot, can surpass him easily. But Vegeta has never learned how to have a mindset like Goku, and it holds him back. A simple showcase was when Vegeta learned how to do the instant transmission near instantly on his first try, when it took Goku an entire year to do so. Now during the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, after 7 months later, Goku would easily defeat all the threats in his way. Now he would still have his tail, and Roshi would never destroy the moon. Even if Goku did look at it, he didn't need to, overkill, Goku would have still won. Fortunately, even with Roshi's buff form, he would have no chance against that version of Goku. But Roshi would still hold his own because he's a genius still, but unfortunately, skills only go so far against raw speed and power. But now Goku would then spend all of his money on a food buffet that night, and for this, the adventures of Dragon Ball would go very similar for Goku. Red Ribbon Army would end much faster with Goku being far too strong for anyway. Now during the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, Goku would easily defeat Tien and win for the second time in a row. Now during the Demon King Piccolo arc, Krillin would still die like before. Goku in his anger would find Demon King Piccolo. His anger is like it was never seen before. As flashing of Krillin goes through his mind, Goku's pupils will then vanish as his hair rises and a yellow aura surrounds him. Goku would then turn into a false Super Saiyan. As his current state in base form with training, Goku has grown beings like Prince Vegeta at his age at a power level 10,000 higher. But remember, he had very strong people to train with on planet Vegeta. Goku was on a weak planet to his surroundings, but he still had a power level of 3,000. Adding false Super Saiyan, which can be estimated to be around 25 times or higher, will make his new power level 75,000. He would in one swoop punch right through the Demon King Piccolo, but the power will completely drain Goku, knocking the Saiyan out cold. As Piccolo, with his last dying breath, would still spit out an egg, Piccolo Jr., and he would explode like the original. Now, he never wished for his youth this time, so Krillin was still brought back. Now, they don't know what power Goku had. For a second, it was gone. Now, Roshi keeps that power in mind. Goku had a true monster hidden, a beast within him, crackling his real power. Reveal itself one day. Goku would still meet Roshi's teacher Korin. Under learning, he would be able to reach Kami and Popo the same way. Now, Kami didn't know of Goku's power, but he wanted the Saiyan to find his journey to him first. Now, over the next 3 years, he is going to help the Saiyan learn how to control his raging power, or the best of his ability. Over the next 3 years, he would begin training hard for the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, the events would go very similar with Goku meeting friends and meeting Piccolo Jr. for the first time and Chi-Chi. Goku would have still befriended Chi-Chi the exact same, and Goku's still a bit goofy and think that marriage was some kind of food. So you need to understand that Goku would really change his mindset on that, and he would still marry Chi-Chi. Sorry fans. Goku here would still fight Tien, but he would not need to take off any weighted clothing. Now his weighted clothing is actually a lot higher. Cutting forward, this is when Goku would then battle Piccolo Jr. Goku battling Piccolo. Piccolo has no chance, unfortunately. He does have a higher motivation because he knows how strong the Saiyan was, but he trained harder, having a power level instead of 300, having maybe 400 or even 500, would be nothing against Goku. Goku by this point has grown massively in power. Now at his full adult stage, Goku has been training under Kami and even went in the Room of Spirit and Time for a short period, who has grown much stronger. Goku by this point, you can throw out there that Goku might have gotten 2 to 3 times stronger. If that was the case, then you can throw Goku at the same power level he was during the arc, putting him at around 8,000. But why isn't Goku stronger? Well, it's because Goku doesn't really have any opponents to push him forward. If Goku had strong people to train around and any big motivation environment that he was in, he would basically be way stronger than Vegeta. But we'll get to Goku's real potential when he begins training under King Kai in the far future. Now 5 years would still pass. Goku would still spare Piccolo, as he knows if Piccolo dies, Kami dies as well, and there's no Dragon Balls. Goku would still be raising Gohan with Chi-Chi. Now, what about Gohan's potentials? Goku is an Elite Saiyan. Is Gohan's potential higher? I'm going to throw out there that yes, it is. Gohan's potential is a little bit higher than it originally already brokenly was. Now, this doesn't really change much, unfortunately, for the start, because Chi-Chi kept Gohan being a bookworm, so his power level didn't really change until later on. Now, 5 years has passed since then. Raditz would still leave as he explained that, oh, there was a thing about how brother had a very high battle power of around 600. Now, Vegeta wouldn't believe that, as he thinks that that has to be a fake. There's no way someone is that strong. Remember, that was not really passed around much. Only a few scientists knew about it, and Bardock and King Vegeta and Gine knew about it. That's about it. Vegeta was never known, nor Nappa, or anything else. But even if that was a power level that Raditz specifies that was the original output, they would not believe it. They think there's no way. Now, why was he sent to Earth? It's such a weak planet. That doesn't make any sense. So it has to be just a mix. Raditz either way would still go to planet Earth, and he would meet Goku on Kami's beach. Now, this is when you're going to have to add in how strong Goku has become. Raditz would try to take Gohan, which Goku has already refused his offer of joining him, and Raditz already explained who he was, the Saiyans, all the same scenes before. Now, once when he tries to actually take Gohan, try hitting Goku in the stomach, Goku would actually block it with both of his hands, and he would actually deliver a powerful kick to Raditz's stomach, launching the Saiyan back into the water. He would then tell them to take Gohan and get away from here, as Roshi was going to help, but Roshi's backing out. Goku needs to handle this on his own. Raditz was shocked, as he tapped his scouter earlier. Rad only had a power level of around 500, which is meh for this planet, but oh, there's no way. That kick was much more force than he ever fought, as it already cracked his armor. Now, Piccolo was also right next to them, watching, but he was not interfering yet. Let's just see what the Saiyans can do. Kind of watching. Goku would then tell Raditz that he'll fight him, but not right here. There are some islands nearby, let's go over there. Raditz would understand, as Raditz is not going to turn down a fight. They would then fly off and land. Raditz would then tell him that he's kind of trying to figure out something. Goku would ask why. Raditz would explain that there's no way he was able to land such a powerful kick like that, especially with the power level of 500. What did he do? Goku would then smirk, and he would then tell Raditz that they have a way of concealing power here, so he's holding back. Raditz would then laugh and say, even if you hold back a tenth of your power, it wouldn't even defeat me. Raditz would then tell him that you're insulting me by holding back. Show me your true power, Kakarot. Goku would then smirk, and he'd begin powering up. Goku's never fought somebody as strong as Raditz before. The strongest opponent he's ever seen so far. It actually gets Goku excited. Goku would begin powering up, massively increasing his power level to around 9,000. Raditz would then yell 9,000 in shock, as listening on the intercoms was Vegeta and Nappa. That would make them very nervous, as Vegeta and Nappa would already set course to start heading their way there. Now, Raditz would be terrified, but he thinks that his scouter is broken, as there's no way that strong. Raditz would then try to attack Goku. Sunday at him, Goku would block the attack easily and deliver another powerful punch to Raditz. He would then charge up a Kamehameha, firing it at Raditz, nearly killing the Saiyan, but Goku would keep him barely alive. Raditz would begin crawling away as he would summon his space pod. Goku would let him go, as he would then offer him mercy. Then, Piccolo arrived. Piccolo would then stand right next to Raditz's body, would then look to Goku and state that you're as soft as he ever thought. Piccolo then extended his hand and fired a massive blast which hit Raditz through his chest, killing him. Goku was furious and told Piccolo, why did he do that? You're as ruthless as ever, I gave you a chance to survive. Piccolo would then laugh and state, well, you're far too soft. That Saiyan would have came back. He could have maybe brought more friends. Do you really think that he's the only one there? Bulma would then now have the scouter. She would then pick up that Vegeta and Nappa are heading their way toward Earth, but they don't know what time or when, but they do know that somebody named Vegeta and Nappa are coming. Goku would then meet up with Kami and ask them if they can use the room time. Kami unfortunately says that it's under repair and that it's not being able to be used. He does have an option for Goku. There's a teaser that he knows that is able to help him. It is a very treacherous journey, and it was under the Snake Way. Goku would then arrive to see King Yama, who why they brought somebody here that's alive. It doesn't really make any sense. Kami would then plead with King Yama and tell him if they don't, these Saiyans would then kill thousands and millions to billions of people. Does he really want that on his resume and books right now? Yama would then sweat and say, no, let the Saiyan come through, let him come through. This is when Goku would then nod at Kami, and he would then run down Snake Way. Now, Goku can fly by this point, being strong enough. Goku would then fly all the way down to Snake Way. He would actually arrive there much quicker, as he would be able to arrive there within a few short days. Now, Goku by this point was nearly starving to death. Now, he would be eating the clouds, and it wasn't that bad. He would also meet Princess Snake, and Goku would actually be able to eat a lot of food. And once when he defeats Princess Snake, he would actually be able to take a lot of food with him, as much as he can carry in a bag. And he would carry that with him down Snake Way to kind of ration himself. But it was torture. Goku would rather do training for the rest of his life, the most grueling, rigorous battle, the death, than to be starved of food. Now meeting the great King Kai, this is when King Kai would then tell Goku that you need to say a joke for me to be able to train you. Goku said a joke just like before. Have a nice week, I'll see you next fall. Something like that. This is when King Kai would then laugh and he'll begin training Goku, teaching him the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb technique. Goku would quickly adapt to the gravity a lot faster than he did before, being able to catch Bubbles and Gregory quicker. Now, Goku here would be able to learn the Kaioken technique a lot quicker, alongside with the Spirit Bomb, because Goku has a higher potential, and on top of his prodigy skills, he would be able to learn things much faster. This would also give Goku more time to actually train intensively, as King Kai would add weights to Goku's arms and legs like we saw in the other world. Now, we don't know if King Kai can change the weights, but Goku originally had them on in the first place. So it would make sense that King Kai can do it, or at least all the Kais can. Now, this is when Goku is using those weights, training, using Kaioken ×2 a lot, trying to get his body used to it, trying to learn how to master it. Now, Goku would continue increasing the weight of the clothing on him, and this would only make him get stronger and stronger. Now, once when Vegeta and Nappa do arrive, Goku would then leave, not wasting any time. He would then fly all the way back down to Snake Way, and Goku was still a few hours late. As this took longer than expected, as now, because Vegeta and Nappa, they left a little earlier. And once when they arrived here a little bit quicker, Goku was still about an hour late. Being an hour late, unfortunately a few of the Z Fighters have died. The only people that were left were Krillin and Gohan. Now, Gohan is a little bit stronger than he originally was, but unfortunately against Nappa and Vegeta, he's not there just yet. Goku would arrive, and he was furious to see what has happened to all of his friends. Even Piccolo's gone too. That only increases his anger more, because without it, not even the Dragon Balls will be able to help. Now, how strong is this version of Goku? Well, we know that Goku originally got around 18.8 times stronger. But in reality, if Goku has a much higher potential, I'm just going to increase it to around 30 times, which is already busted as is. Goku getting 30 times stronger, this means that his new power level is 270,000, which is absolutely absurd. This means that Vegeta and Nappa have no chance. Goku would then begin to overpower Vegeta and Nappa easily. He could fight both of them at the same time. Nappa was taken out first, breaking his back. Vegeta was too furious to kill Nappa this time, but Nappa was already killed by Goku by breaking his spine. Vegeta by this point was running out of options. He can't throw a fake moon because Goku still has his tail. Now he wonders, how is a Saiyan this powerful? It makes no sense. Now the gun, firing his own attacks, unfortunately Goku would easily deflect them without much of a struggle at all. Goku has grown far too powerful. Goku being around nearly half the power of Frieza, getting there, that's still really broken. He can pretty much tank the whole Ginyu Force if he wanted to. The only person he would lose against now is Frieza. Frieza will mop the floor with him. This is when Vegeta was now on the losing end. He knows that he needs to just get out of here. Now, Nappa was already dead by this point, so Vegeta would just get out. Goku would let him go. Now, Krillin was shocked as to why, but Goku explains that we need to show him mercy, as maybe he can learn from this and fly away. Vegeta was now gone, as Vegeta would then head back to the planet to begin healing just like before. Now, Frieza is already making his way towards planet Namek a little bit later to find Dragon Balls. just like the original timeline. Now, with this being said, Goku was not gravely wounded, so he would not be stuck trying to basically wait forever, over a week, to heal and get a senzu bean. Now, they would then bury all their friends, and this is when Goku, Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma then all get into the spaceship about a couple of days later, once when they're all healed, and they would then be able to then fly to Namek. Goku now being there a week early does change some things. With Goku being there about a week early, he knows that Frieza's the big dog, but first they need to secure the Dragon Balls first. So, Goku would then be able to jump around and run, would be able to find a couple of Dragon Balls, as it was now basically chasing the chicken, trying to get all the Dragon Balls in time. Now, the Namekians were very thankful of Goku being able to help them. Now, this is when they would then meet Dende, just like before, and this is when Goku would meet Frieza for the first time. Now, Frieza was trying to basically interrogate the Namekians to get the Dragon Balls, killing them left and right. Goku would actually kick the Doria and Zarbon away, arriving to see Doria and Zarbon would then get back up, as Doria and Zarbon would then team up, attacking Goku, but he was far too strong, defeating them by neck chopping them, knocking them out, but not killing them. Frieza would then get out of his chair, as that Saiyan seems very familiar, remembers him. He must be an offspring of some kind of the Saiyan who stood before him before. It makes a lot of sense. Now, Vegeta is nearby, as he's already broken into Frieza's ship, collecting the other Dragon Balls, but now he can see some power going on. Vegeta doesn't need a scouter, he can sense two massive powers. He wonders if that's Kakarot and Frieza fighting. Good, let them kill each other while he becomes immortal. This is Vegeta's perfect plan. Now, Frieza would then commend the Saiyan on his power. It's really impressive. Now, this is when Frieza would then begin powering up and attack Goku head on. Base form Goku was being overpowered by Frieza. Now, Goku did do some slight training on the ship, but he only could do mental. But you could say that Goku maybe got to like 270, he went up to like 300, but other than that, it didn't really change much. Unfortunately, he would need Kaioken. Bursting into Kaioken times 2, he would overpower first form Frieza. Now, Frieza would then go into his second form, stating that his offspring slash father was the only other Saiyan that ever made him revert to the second form, and he would have to commend the Saiyan on that. He would then offer Goku to join him. The fact that he has 3 other transformations than this one, that could even increase his power. And by 3, I'm also adding his 100% form as well. I don't know. But technically he has 2 more. But we know that Frieza has 2 more, plus an extra, plus if you want to add 100%, another transformation on top of him. Goku would say that he's bluffing, there's no way someone is that strong. Goku would then revert to try to use Kaioken times 10, boosting his power level to 3 million. He would then overpower second form Frieza. Now, second form Frieza would then transform into his final form, and it would then go downhill from there. Goku was getting death beamed like crazy, and he was nearly killed. Gohan, watching his father nearly be killed, would then go into a spite of rage. He would then attack Frieza, holding him back. Now, this is when Krillin would then pull Goku away with Dende's help. This is when Goku was then healed by Dende. As they were hidden, Gohan was able to hide under the water as Frieza was trying to search for him. Since Frieza was irritated, that little brat definitely had some power packed behind him, but it wasn't enough to harm him. It just irritated him. Now, Vegeta was watching all this go on. As he was not getting involved with it, he knows that the Dragon Balls didn't work. Now, what do I mean by this? As there's only one Dragon Ball left, held by Elder Guru, and Nail was protecting it. So, Vegeta can't find it, he doesn't know where it is, but only Dende's the one that knows. Now, Goku, after being healed, we know that in the original, he got a 33 times boost to his power. So if you want to follow the same kind of scaling, his new power level will basically be around 9,990,000. We're going to even up to 10 million. Now, Goku here now being full of power again, he would then look at Frieza as he wants to try something that he hasn't done before. Goku has been working on this power for years, but he never felt like he was strong enough to be able to hold the power, nor has he had somebody to try this on. Goku would then look at his new power, as he would then battle Frieza first, in his base form getting used to his new strength. Goku was amazed how strong he's become, same with Frieza, and Vegeta was the most shocked. His power level skyrocketed so high from such a short Zenkai. Vegeta wonders that little Namekian can heal people from various wounds. This is when Goku would then tell Frieza that he's the only person to be able to see this form. other than one other person, Kami. It then cuts to Goku, who was then back in the hyperbolic time chamber, training with Kami. Kami personally saw fit to be with Goku, as Popo would then make sure to be outside in case anything happens. Kami would then tell Goku to control the raid, use it as a need, not as a want. Now this is when Goku would then tap into Super Saiyan as a young kid, but the power was so much on his body, it was very taxing. He would then jump out of the form, like what happened to Gohan when he first got it. Kami then states that you need to fully mature and become stronger mentally. Once when you get there, you will become unbeatable. Now that Goku has finally reached that plateau in power, Goku would then begin to transform, shocking Frieza. As now that Goku is all powered up, he would then scream, bulking up in size. He would then transform into a Super Saiyan. Power level by this point is around 500 million. He would then waste no time, as he would then offer Frieza one chance to leave the planet and never return. Frieza would of course never accept this. Frieza would then try throwing a death ball right at Goku. Goku would then charge up a Kamehameha, firing it right at Frieza and completely obliterating the Emperor of the universe. Frieza unfortunately left Goku no choice, because he almost destroyed the whole planet with all the innocent people on it. Goku did not have a choice here. Also, he's not very good at controlling the Super Saiyan form yet. It makes him a bit more crazy. But Goku's basically not as forgiving as a Super Saiyan state. Goku would then calm himself, powering down, as Vegeta would ask him, how did he do that? How did an elite level Saiyan like Kakarot he was able to get the Super Saiyan power of legend? How? Goku then states he doesn't know. He was a kid when it happened. Now, this is when they would then bring the rest of the Dragon Balls all to Elder Guru, who, with the help of Nail, would then summon the dragon, and Vegeta would stay out of the way, since he knows that there's nothing that he can do. They have to speak in the Namekian tongue anyway. They would then wish for all the Namekians to come back, and they would also wish for everybody killed by the Saiyans before to be brought back too. Now, this would then bring back the Dragon Balls as well, alongside with all the other Z Fighters were brought back, so all things were fixed. Once when that was all said and done, they would then use the Namekian Dragon Balls for the last wish to bring the Earthlings and Saiyans all the way back home. But before they do, Elder Guru does need to ask. He would then go up to Goku, or Goku would go up to him, and he would then help Goku unlock a little bit more of his potential. This would make Goku a little bit stronger, around 20 million instead of 10, and he would do the same thing for Krillin, Gohan. Goku would even ask Elder Guru if he can do it for Vegeta. Guru was not really wanting to do this, but the prince, why not? Vegeta was then given plot advice, as he was then having his potential unlocked too, becoming a lot stronger. He could now fight Captain Ginyu and throw hands with him if he wanted to. It would then all be transported back to Earth, as Vegeta had nowhere else to go. His whole reason for killing Frieza was over. He does want to learn about the Super Saiyan as much as possible, but for now he'll stay with Bulma and the others, and that same romance would follow. Now that there was peace, a young man in a time machine would then be arriving, trying to look to change the future against the fateful android. And that is it for this. What if you guys think off for watching? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all later.